Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So today I'm going to be working on the Thunder Nova laser and I'm going to be making a sign for this area here with the black vent. I want to cover that up. I've been redoing my whole workshop and I think that I can come up with a cool idea for a sign. So here we are on the Thunder laser and I'm working with some red tinted acrylic. And if you look close, you can see that I'm cutting it out, but I also etched in the outside of the next panel that I'm going to be putting on for the sign. And that's just to give me a little alignment help because it is very difficult to line it up perfectly when you're doing a sign. So cut out the red, go ahead and cut out the black. The black is kind of just going to be the light blocker. The red is where the light will be coming through. All right, we're going to be using this acrylic cement here. And this is pretty nerve-wracking because I'm pretty sure you only get one shot at it. So, but here we go. So the key of having the outline etched into the red is I can also see where it's okay to apply the cement because the cement will fog the acrylic. So you don't want to get it in the area where you're trying to shine the light through. And acrylic is super expensive. I ended up finding this from a place called Maker Stock. It was the cheapest price for the acrylic and the cheapest shipping. Not sponsored, but I know if anybody's looking for it, it's a good source. So it's on makerstock.com. Check them out. But I was pretty happy with the alignment here, and then we got one more piece to lay out. Now that I got the outside rim glued on, I got to go ahead and go back and put the inside of the A and the P and the other letters that have little floaters. And I was seriously contemplating just using like some 3M sticky back adhesive so I could get it lined up a little bit easier. But I decided to go ahead and keep going with the acrylic cement. It's so thin that you really struggle to not drip it everywhere. So you'll see I drop a couple pieces. Unfortunately, it messed up a couple little spots, but I don't think you'll even see it. And here it is, a test with the lights. And once I tested it, I realized it needs some kind of box in order for me to have some better light showing through. So I used my strong hand welding table, and you'll never have a better glue up table than that for doing some woodworking. But basically, I just glued up the box, rounded the corners to match the sign. And then if you look, I actually cut the back plywood out on the laser. You have to look real close, but you can see that I etched the sign into it. And so by doing that, I know where to run the LED lights so that there's not real bad hot spots when the light shows through the red. And one of the things that you can't really tell that I did here, I 3D printed some little donut spacers to get it off the wall so that air vent has some room to breathe. That's actually the return for my dust collection air so that I don't have a negative pressure air in my shop. So basically, those little spacers kind of pull it off the wall, and I'm kind of just really shooting in the dark here to see, is this light going to be enough? It's 9 foot of the LED lights, and I ended up using some hot glue to kind of secure it because the sticky back on it wasn't great. It wanted to kind of let go. So I figured some clear hot glue would do the trick. So if you look close, you might be able to see some globs, especially in the corners. And it seems to be working great. So I think that's a usable method for sure. So I got these all secured. And then I designed some 3D printed standoffs. Basically, these standoffs, they allow you to put a screw through the middle, and it gives you a 2-inch standoff, which is the same depth as the wood box that I made. And then there on the inside of the standoff, the screw clears, and then you have a half 13 threaded spot. And so I wanted to make some brass mounting nuts, basically, like some round mounting nuts. So over to the lathe, and we're gonna just knock them out. So I grabbed some of this brass. It's actually an old boat propeller shaft, believe it or not. And I'm just turning a little half 13 thread here. And then I just wanted the outside to be kind of just a little tapered, kind of just like a round mounting disc. So I went ahead and used the tailstock die holder and threaded it. And then I'm going to come in here and part it off. And before I finish the part, if you look, you'll see that I get it pretty close. Now I bring it in, give it a little chamfer, and then I started cutting it. And I was like, you know what, I better break that other edge so it doesn't scratch the acrylic. And then went ahead and cut it off, faced the other side. And now I wanted to do a little engine jeweling. So this is Kratex. It's a rubberized abrasive. And you just you can chuck in a drill press, or you can make a little tool holder, and you just kind of split the difference of each round circle. And it looks pretty cool. I went here to mount it, and basically as soon as I mounted it, I was like, I don't like it. It's just too... the theme being like red and black, which is like my old surfboard building logo colors, and the brass was just not, I don't know, I just didn't like it. So I ended up going to the 3D printer, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make them with like a little slotted screw look. And so I designed this in Fusion, printed it out, and you can see that's the drop piece. So I was just testing the fit, and go ahead and put the sign back up, and those screw into those standoffs that you see. And the light that was coming through was very, very bright and had a lot of hot spots. So I ended up buying some of these cheap acrylic light diffuser panels, so kind of like the ones you see in drop ceilings. And apparently you can cut that right in the laser. So I cut that and then put it behind it. And now I'll give you the first shot here of the finished sign. And actually it's controlled by a remote. And man, I really, really like the way it looks. So it doesn't come across quite as good on camera. You can see that's the heartbeat setting that I was just trying out. It's really even light. And then it has like an open sign setting, you know, like a flash setting. And then I think it has, there's one like nighttime setting. And then they have where you can just dim it to certain levels. So it's got a lot of settings. I'll obviously just be having it on the on setting typically. But I'm super happy with the way it came out. The diffuser panel fits just inside, which is pretty cool, and I think it really ties the shop together. There's my old surfboard logo, same colors, you know, and the loft is coming together. You guys, I'm actually making a little bit of video showing off the loft that we built in the shop, so let me know what you guys think. This is actually held together with 3D printed parts, so it's pretty interesting. But you know, main thing is it's Arlo approved.